There's a lot of questions. Some people saying there's no reason the NFL to play at all this weekend, which is interesting too. Let's hear from Courtney Cronin, ESPN radio host, on there's no reason to play the NFL to play this weekend. Let's take a listen.
Why do we need to play this week? We need to take a beat right now because this is so unprecedented that we have no idea what tomorrow's going to look like, what Thursday's going to look like, and we're not the ones playing in these games. How about we worry about the mental health and emotional well-being of these players, both on the Bills and on the Bengals and on 30 other teams in the NFL who were trying to process how something like this could happen to a healthy 24-year-old, knowing that, yes, while it was a freak thing that happened, there's a lot of emotion that comes with trauma and processing that trauma. So the fact that we think, oh, well, it's just business as usual, I'm tired of that mindset. I'm tired of the next man mentality mindset that has continued to become a systemic problem in the NFL, in sports, period. At some point, you got to take a look at your situation and say, you know what? Right now is not the time for sports. Right now is not the time to be playing in this game. Right now, we need to take care of each other. And you can resume the games next week.
Well said. Powerful.
Oh, that's major. The only reason why we're playing this weekend, we can't do what he said, what she's suggesting. They call it money.
That's all right.
That's the only reason. I mean, who cares if the Super Bowl is a week later and that may conflict with the All-Star game? I don't know what the calendar even looks like, but move everything out.
Move everything back.
Well, people got their tickets and they got their, okay.
They already made plans.
Yeah, but that's something that the participants in these entertainment events may have issues, particularly in the NFL. And one of the things that kind of jumps out at me when I think about this. I was thinking about this yesterday afternoon. The mental health of this whole thing.
That's right.
Something that we never talk about. And fortunately, in the last couple of years, we really been trying to focus on that and understand what that really means.
Right.
In all facets of life. I'm talking about across the board. We saw it, Black Lives Matter and that whole the summer.
Right.
The unfortunate the killing of people and things of that nature. We see that and how it affects. I mean, COVID. I mean,
right, and that was big.
Right. So there's so much to think about, and when we finally figure out, so you got your physical health, but then there's another thing called mental health.
Mental health, exactly.
That's associated with that. It just blows my mind.
Right. And Ryan alluded to that, Ryan Clark, yesterday,
Sure.
and talking about, it was the night before, but we were talking about what he said yesterday, and that, when will they be ready?
Yeah.
And how do they get ready?
Yeah.
And that's the how part.
Yeah.
How can we?
Yeah. Keyshawn Johnson came on today. I was watching this morning before I came in. Was talking about in 1997 where he was playing with the Jets. A guy from Detroit Lions had the same scenario, CPR, and it ended up being okay later on. But he said they played the game. Back in '97 is a different. We were there was a lot of empowerment from the players,
right,
as opposed to as it is now. Players like, hey, no, we ain't doing nothing,
right.
But back then it's like, okay, boss, I guess we'll go play, right. So he said it was different, but they played that game. He said, and when they threw him a pass right after that, he said he pretty much batted the ball down because he played wide receiver. And he said the only thing he was thinking about is, man, I might get hit, I might get hurt. And last night, I mean, just my own personal, they had the Under Armour game, high school game on last night, and I was watching for about 3 or 4 minutes, and this kid got hit and went down, and all of a sudden I'm sitting there thinking like. I'm like, man, this whole thing that happened with Mr. Hamlin, it just make you think.
It makes you look at it in a different way.
Different perspective. We're going to get into more of this.
It's all human.